Sports Talk Show. Your host is here for the show tonight to interview our special guest. Show highlight the Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, boxing, tennis, golf, and racing. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. Tune in for all the news and scores, reporting on the games and so much more. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show.
Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of the Alford Sports Talk Show. I'm your show host for today and always for today. That's Alan Alford. Yeah, that's right. We're going to have a great time tonight. Have an awesome show for you. A lot to unpack, a lot to discuss. You're in for a real treat. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but the Blog Talk is still down. Like I said, they're going out of business January 31st, 2025. And I think they already have their half foot out the door. But yes, so we apologize, but Blog Talk is down, which means that you will be able to chat right here on YouTube or X. And again, it's out of my control, but I feel like they got one foot out the door already. January 31st, 2025, Blog Talk is going out of business. And the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been working. Today is no different. So we're not going to let it stop us. You know why? Because we're here at the Alford Sports Talk Show. I'm glad to be here. We are going to have a fantastic show, a lot to unpack. But before we get started, let's go ahead and thank one of our outstanding sponsors. You know, that's one of the great things. We're blessed. Thank you, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Definitely don't forget to visit Chef G's right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida at 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. If you can't come down to Tampa, it's quite all right. Feel free to visit Chef G's right at flbbqsauce.com. Again, it's flbbqsauce.com. Definitely don't forget that great sauce. It is going to be fantastic. And the great thing is, it's now the holidays. Season greetings, the shirt says. You can go ahead and order yourself a variety pack. And if you move quickly and get to flbbqsauce.com, you can get it shipped to the destination of your choice before it's too late. That's right. Put that order in now at flbbqsauce.com. Get it shipped to either friend or family or yourself and treat yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that during the holidays. Go get yourself some Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. All of the music that you hear on this show is customized by Sam Scola Songs. You already heard the first song by Sam Scola Songs. Now you're going to hear song number 2. It's a Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce song. So we're going to play that. Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. Let's go.
Comes in for variety, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. A natural flavor, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce. Florida Gold Honey Mustard on burgers and ribs. Tasty fusion on pork and sausage, classic taste for chicken steak tips. A hot heat wave on meatballs and ham. It's a cookout treat. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Serve on fish and vegetables. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce.
So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. Make sure you don't forget to visit Chef G's right there at FLBBQSauce.com, FLBBQSauce.com, or you can go ahead and visit them right there at 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Again, it's 301 South 22nd Street, Tampa, Florida. Don't forget that great sauce. That's a great variety pack, great gift. FLBBQSauce.com. Go get it now so you can get it shipped. That's a beautiful gift right there. You got yourself the classic, the bourbon, the honey mustard. FLBBQSauce.com. Go ahead and take care of that right there. So, yes, definitely a lot of stuff to unpack. We're going to talk about this right here, the Pro Cup, the inaugural Pro Cup right there, Innisbrook Resort Golf Course right here, the Pro Cup. Outstanding. Man, I am so glad and honored and feel like I'm on cloud nine because we got a chance to cover the Pro Cup, the inaugural event right here at Innisbrook Resort. Today, I'm actually not on site at the location. Today was the only day I couldn't make it due to a schedule conflict, but I'm going to be back there closing out the show tomorrow all day. It's been an honor covering this event, man. There's been so many great things that's happened behind the scenes and during the event. You know, that press conference that I went to, Jeremy Roenick said he's looking to engage fans, sign autographs, take pictures, and you can't ask for anything more than that. You had 48 athletes there at this event, and they were true to their word. They showed up. Just naming the captains, Jeremy Roenick for hockey, Jerome Bettis for football, John Smoltz for baseball, John Daly for basketball. I mean, and then not only that, they had Kevin Millar, Mark Mulder, Joe Carter, J.R. Smith, Ron Harper, Tony Kukoc, the list goes on and on. Who else was there? Let me, in fact, show you. Let me show you the teams. Let me pull it up for you. See yourself. And this is fantastic. So let's go ahead. That's the logo there. Those are the team captains. Which sport will take home the Pro Cup? So far, we got team baseball. Team baseball was predicted to win this, and they are holding true so far. It's not over yet. It's not over till it's over. As the great Yogi Berra once said, for team baseball, since they're in the lead, we'll start with them. Joe Carter, Tyler Clippard, Josh Donaldson, Brian McCann, Kevin Millar, Mark Mulder, Eric Gagne, Kyle Loesch, Vince Coleman, Derek Lowe, Cody Ross. I mean, that's Jerome Bettis, captain for football, team football. Tim Brown, Mark Rippon, Josh Scobie, Billy Joe Tolliver, Patrick Peterson, Dwight Freeney, Brian Walters, Fred McCrary, Terrell Buckley, Ryan Suckup, Brett Kern, Captain Jeremy Roenick, Brett Hull, Justin Williams, James Wozniacki, Joe Pavleski, David Booth, Brad May, Brian Getzloff, Brendan Morrow, Bernie Nichols, Dan Quinn, Terry Yake, and last but not least, John Barry, team basketball, Gerald Henderson Jr., Danny Ainge, Tony Kukoc, Ray Allen, J.R. Smith, Bob Sura, Dan Marley, Ron Harper, Mike Smith, Greg Anthony, Nick Van Exel, and we even had Patrick Mahomes Sr. come on through. So, it's been fantastic, this event. It's just been really a delight to cover this event, and props to the Pro Cup. Been extremely professional, really, really cool to deal with, and man. So tomorrow, a champion be crowned, and it's going to be fantastic. Whoever won't make it tomorrow or hasn't made it for this trip, don't worry. Go ahead and visit theprorivalsopen.com. Theprorivalsopen.com. That's their website. But the reason why I say not to worry, because this thing is going to keep on going on. It is just too good for it to be a one and done. It's just, they're already talking about, going to the next step and creating more. I'll show you that website right there, where this might be the only one where they have baseball, football, basketball, team baseball. They were talking about having this done for just the baseball guys, both past and present, and branching off the other sports into different areas. Like Las Vegas would be for football, and another place would have the basketball, another place would have the baseball. But yes, instead of having it 4 different sports. So to be a part of this first time, if it is the one and only, it's been fantastic. Which I don't think is going to be the one and only, but it may be the only one and only of this format. We have 4 different major sports. They're talking about having it each individual sports spread out. So you'll have team baseball, both past, present, and right there playing, and then the same for the other sports. But man, it's been competitive. This is where it's different, is that this is, first of all, Innisbrook course is a PGA sanctioned course. It is hilly, it's long, it's got a lot of areas you can get yourself in trouble. It is the same place where the Valspar Championship is held. It's a PGA sanctioned course. So if you win there, that is big time. And it's not easy to win at Innisbrook because it's a tough course. And, it is just a course, and then it's long, and it's yes, it's a PGA Tour event where it's held. The Valspar at Innisbrook Golf Resort. That's the same place they're playing at, which is not an easy course. You even see a lot of videos where Tiger got caught in the woods, and he had to make a nice save to get himself a par. And yes, in the last 3 holes of the Innisbrook Copperhead Golf Course, 16, 17, 18 are brutal challenges to the golfers after having navigated through the first 15 holes. So it's a tough course. But yes, this course here, what they're doing is you're competing, and you're competing for those bragging rights to win. And it's not like a golf event where you would be having a charity event where it really doesn't matter what you score, as long as you go out there and just have fun. This does matter. It's a competitive type of event where they're looking to make sure it is held in a way where it's ultra competitive. And yes, yeah, Peter Malnati is the one who won last year for the Valspar, and it's gonna be great. It's a PGA course here. That's how difficult that course is. It's hilly too, which is, you don't find too many hilly courses here in Florida, so that's unique. get yourself in a lot of trouble. But I did put up the interview for Kevin Millar today and the one for Coach T Buck. I'm gonna talk about Coach T Buck a bit later in the show, but those interviews are awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin Millar. Thank you so much, Coach T Buck, for those interviews. And there are going to be some more interviews I'm dropping, so stay connected. I do have the interviews. I'm just, I don't want to kind of like blow them all at you at one time. I wanted you guys kind of consume it, and I know that you guys are watching, so I want to make sure I spread out the interviews, but they're going to be released. I already released 2 today, and get a chance to enjoy them. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Another thing that's awesome is here, just being in Florida where there's no snow. Another place where there's no snow is Texas. So if you're in the market for a new home, whether it be Florida, Texas, guess what? CTC Mortgage can help you. That's right. CTC Mortgage can help you. Kurt McCrae, want to thank CTC Mortgage for being another one of our outstanding sponsors. You can go ahead and feel free to call or text Kurt McCrae at 346-527-7564. Again, it's 346-527-7564. Give him a call today. Get yourself a new home. Start building equity. Hey, he's going to make sure he takes great care of you and make it so it's a seamless process to get that beautiful home. CTC Mortgage can help you. I'm going to play a third Sam Scola song. That's a CTC Mortgage song. Let's go.
CTC Mortgage Company, they stand by their loyalty. CTC Mortgage Company, you can trust their honesty. Make the call today. There's no extra fees to pay. You can take a loan to own a new home. CTC Mortgage Company, they stand by their loyalty. CTC Mortgage Company, you can trust their honesty. Get a low interest rate, there's no need to wait. Finance a payment plan. Kurt McCrae is your man. CTC Mortgage Company. CTC Mortgage Company. CTC Mortgage Company.
All right. Make sure you give Kurt McCrae a call right there. That's 346-527-7564. Again, it's 346-527-7564. Go ahead and give Kurt McCrae a call or text, or you can visit ctcmemortgage.com. ctcmemortgage.com. Really appreciate. Thank you so much, CTC Mortgage, for being an outstanding sponsor here at the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Really appreciate you. So, yes, and thank you so much. Really appreciate all of you. And then that's the thing. We're going to go ahead and talk. Make sure you guys visit the ProCupRivals.com and get yourself a ticket. Tomorrow is going to be the last day. So it closes out the show tomorrow. And yes, so let me go ahead and talk a bit more. It's a lot of great banter that goes on between the guys. It's fun. It's just a fun event. Everybody's nice and chill and relaxed. I can't ask for anything more. I really can't. It's some fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and do this here. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys because I got something that I'm going to share with you. I'm actually going to go ahead and talk about the UFL. Let me just pull this up here and go ahead and talk about the UFL. Some UFL news here. And this is awesome. Pull this up here. If it cooperates. Yes, so okay. Let me just pull this up here. Just want to make sure I got this notes here. Yes. In fact, let me show you guys this thing here. All right. So, yes, in the UFL news, I'm going to make some of those announcements in a couple moments. But first, let me talk about that. I went ahead. There's been some fantastic interviews, but one interview that I got that I couldn't even draw it up even better than the way it naturally happened was me interviewing Coach Terrell Buckley right there during the practice round at the Pro Cup. He definitely was somebody who I wanted to go ahead and interview, thanks to and part and parcel because I wanted information, but a lot of big effort came to by one of you guys, one of our top friends, Yusuf, really stayed on me, not to the point of being obnoxious or anything like that, but he stayed on to me every couple of months. He wanted me to interview Coach Buckley. This was after the Guardians dismantled. And as you know, during the merger, they were not one of the teams that stuck around. I really can't say I was surprised. I felt all along that the Guardians were on the bubble. The only thing that really saved them was the fact that one of the owners, Danny Garcia, she had a home in Orlando. Come to find out, a couple months before the announcement came out that she had, a home in Virginia. It was like a big time mansion thing, and I felt like that was going to be the new home for the owner, Danny Garcia. So the one thing that they had saving grace, the Guardians, was that the owner had a home in Orlando, and that feature was quickly fleeting and running away with it. And when that came to light, I was like, no, there's nothing really there to hold the Guardians. And I hate to say I told you so, but I said it on the show. I don't think they were going to survive the merger. And unfortunately, they did not. With that being said, the person who I felt the worst about that merger situation was actually Coach Buckley. He was the right-hand man to, the owner, Danny Garcia, one of the owners, and he really was a proponent of the XFL, great ambassador, had gotten his first head coaching opportunity to coach the Orlando Guardians. I know that the record didn't do so great, 1-9. The one game they did win was against the undefeated. They went ahead and damn, team slipped my mind. But yes, let me just see here. DC Defenders, yes. So they beat the DC Defenders, and they actually gave the DC Defenders their only loss until they lost in the championship game. So only the two losses they had the entire season was one to the Orlando Guardians, and unfortunately for them, the DC Defenders lost in the championship game, and the Arlington Renegades became champions. What ended up happening was the person who I felt got lost the most was Coach Buckley, because not only did he lose an opportunity, he lost his job. He lost his opportunity to get his get back because there wasn't another season to right the ship from a poor season as far as wins and losses. and I felt like they were going to go ahead and have a superior year two. It does take a couple years for coach to kind of get their footing. That's just, you got to change the culture. Plus, the players got to kind of know you, what you're expecting, and vice versa. And there's the learning curve there. And I felt like I felt like the coach Buckley was going to go ahead and make it happen in year two, but he didn't get that opportunity. Unfortunately, the coach year two, because the team was no longer there. So I felt the worst for him. Even as cool as I was to all the players, I felt the worst for Coach Buckley because of that. He lost opportunity, lost a job. He didn't get a chance to get back. And he was a great ambassador for the Guardians. He made himself available. He did everything to ask, class act, and it just didn't work itself out for this particular time. I know that this is not the end of the story for Coach Buckley's career, but that's what happened. So it wasn't a situation where I felt like, Coach Buckley wouldn't have answered the questions that I would have asked about, how he felt about the XFL, the UFL merger, and things of that nature. But I didn't feel as if when it was happening, he was ready yet. It wasn't like I was scared or intimidated to ask him. It's just that I felt like I wasn't sure if he was ready for me to ask those questions. So that's what happened. Let me take a look here. Someone's saying, is the call-in number working? Are you taking calls tonight? Let me just put that banner up. That pretty much says it all. We apologize, but Blog Talk is down, so there is no call-in. Unfortunately, just so you guys know, the call-in number was supposed to be available till January 31st, 2025. Blog Talk let me know via email about a month ago, maybe a little over a month, that Blog Talk, the ability to call in is going to be stopped officially January 31st, 2025. To me, Blog Talk has already got one foot out the door. The last 2 or 3 weeks, the system has not worked. I don't think they're really trying real hard to get it working at this point because they know they're going out of business. And I think they already got one foot out the door. It's been like this the last couple of weeks where I put it up, hopeful, but no, they have, I guess, decided to, like, hey, we're going out of business, we don't care type of thing. So is the call-in number working? No, unfortunately, it's not. And let me just put up here. Midnight Hustle, is a call-in number working? No, unfortunately, it's not. And this is out of my control. This is out of my control. I don't control who stays in business, who goes out, except for the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Yes. No, unfortunately, no. Let's see here. So chat right here is the best. Yeah, so yeah. I don't know why I saw it twice, but yes. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, Blog Talk Radio is literally going out of business. And again, they probably closing up shop because they're going out of business. They're like, you know what? We ain't taking no calls. We don't care. And they're out. Yes. So yeah, I think yes, Blog Talk's literally going out of business 1/31/2025. I think they've already got a foot out the door because this is what I've been dealing with for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, even more than that. It's just that they did fix it. They would be quicker on fixing it. Now it's just, they're like, hey, we're going out anyway. So, but yes, you could chat. That's perfectly fine. And with Coach Buckley, as I was stating, that definitely I felt the worst for him out of everyone, including players. And I felt bad for everybody that was involved. Staff, people who work at the stadium, higher ups, But the reason why I felt the worst for Coach Buckley is because he was a first time coach. I interviewed him a ton. I know what type of work he put into it. He was definitely a fantastic ambassador of the Guardians and the XFL. And for it to fall the way it did, I know it had to be disappointing for him. And just like he said in the interview, it was extremely disappointing. In fact, for those who didn't see the interview, I'm actually going to just show it to you right here and pull this up for you guys and let you guys see it yourself. I'll do that right here and let you see it yourself. Let me just go ahead and make sure that this is working here. One second. I know this one here, I think I'm doing something wrong. Give me 1 second. Yep, we're going to pull it right up. Okay. One second. Okay, so I'll pull this up right here for you guys and let you see it yourself. Okay, here we go. Good. How you doing? How you doing? Good, good, good. Should be asking you that. Out here and get it in. Yeah, yeah. How you did? Let's see it, man. I see it, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Trying to get a little bit in, man. Yeah. All going. While I wait. So. Yeah. So you got a few moments? Yeah. Okay. So we're at the Pro Cup. Yeah. This is a serious tournament, not like your charity event. Absolutely, absolutely. What are your thoughts about you competing in this event? Like I told you before, no matter what sport it is, the odds is when you're competitive, when you compete, when you gonna prepare. That's no one of my areas. We got to practice around here. I put some work in the last couple of weeks. Hard work. That's right. I mean, definitely. And I know that this is not an easy sport, golf, but I think, how do you feel you're going to perform? I feel pretty good. We off to, it's been 9 holes, so we're off to a good start. I'm off to a good start. Very excited about it, about what's going to happen. Yes, and got to ask you, with the merger of the XFL, the UFL, what were your thought process about that? Well, I was very disappointed and they took the Orlando yeah. But I understand it's business, things work, and now I'm just trying to get back into the college team. Are you just in the process of still getting back into the league, the UFL? And if they call, I'm available. Okay. If they call, I'm available. I'm listening to everything. Okay. All right. So, with the process, so you just no ill will that you have. No, not at all. No, okay. I'm very blessed for those 2 years. One preparation, actually coach 1 year. Grateful. Thank you. Awesome. So, coaching in college is your next step. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, awesome. And how do you think Deion Sanders is doing there? Awesome. My opinion, coach. Awesome. Always a pleasure. Best wishes out there. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. God bless. Go get him now, all right? Appreciate you. Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was awesome. That was raw, unedited video right there at the Pro Cup. That was just awesome, man. And you know what? That's a price of gold right there. What that that interview. I can't get enough of it. Thank you, Coach Buckley. Thank you to the Pro Cup. Thank you to the Innisbrook Resort. It's fantastic because yeah, I mean, I felt like that was the only thing holding me back from doing the interview. One of you fans really wanted me to do that interview with Coach Buckley. I didn't know if he was ready for the interview. That's the thing, and it's really definitely nice that he was ready, and and the nice thing is that it went so well. And the only thing that I would have done differently, I didn't realize he was going to hit the first one to the right. That was not to put him on blast in any way, shape, or form. But at least the second one he hit right on the button there, and he did his little Tiger Woods twirl. If you pay close attention to it, the little Tiger Woods thing. But yeah, it was a practice round, so the good thing is it didn't count like as far as their final score. You get your practice in, and yeah, so man, that's fantastic. And the really great thing about that, the sound came across really well. It was extremely windy. I know sometimes you can't tell that as well on a video, but it was gusting about 30-mile-an-hour winds. Not only that, they had a makeshift white fence that they had put up to where the fans can walk around. If you ever go to Valspar, I've seen that before. That fence actually blew down. That's how windy it was. It was so windy that I could not use the tripod because I had my camcorder on a tripod. It blew. Luckily for that little white string, it landed on that and kept my camera secure instead of hitting the ground. And yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, I can't use a tripod out here. And I wouldn't have risked changing it from rubber feet to spikes because I still think it was just too gusty. But the sound still came across really well, even with that. But yeah, that was fantastic. Kevin Millar, too, another fantastic interview. John Smoltz, and I got a lot coming for you guys. We got, I'll let you know since you you guys inquiring minds want to know. We got Jerome Bettis. We got a couple of interviews with him, not just one but multiple interviews with Jerome Bettis. The thing about it is I haven't released the first one we did because somebody had thought it was okay to just walk right in between the line of where the camera is and where me and Jerome Bettis were, and because they walked through that interview, literally just walked through it, and it was a fantastic interview, and we just kept rolling afterwards. The thing about it is that would mean that that would have to require more editing in the interview, whereas the other interviews were just raw and uncut. I gave you from record to stop. This one where somebody walks right through it, that one will require editing. Reason being, just so you know, is that and even Jerome Bettis brought it up as far as need to be editing. That takes a little bit of a process. Just in case you put a video up and somebody walks right through it, let's say they can't win that, that video shows them walking through. And again, it might be 1 out of 100 chance this happens, but if it does happen, that can be a strike against you. And also, more importantly, not only will you get a strike, they can ask you, being YouTube or social media, to take the video down. So rather than doing that, the video has to be edited. So that was the first interview. Second interview, I'm going to release that real soon. I definitely with I'm not trying to kind of like throw all the interviews at you at once because I want you to kind of consume them as they come in. And definitely, you guys have been doing a great job of doing that, paying close attention. But yes, we do already have 2 interviews for Jerome Bettis, outstanding interviews, and I'm gonna put those in. So, FYI, if you ever see somebody doing an interview, don't walk through the line of where the camera is and where they are, because you may not be able to get that interview, that person who wants to see it right away. But props to Jerome Bettis for doing both of those interviews, and props to him for understanding the situation. They walked through and he wanted to kind of like do the question again, and we're gonna put it together and make it happen. But we do have to do a little bit more editing on that particular video, which we're working on. But I will release the other one very, very soon. And tomorrow, I am going to be at the Pro Cup in Innisbrook Resort for the entire day. I'm actually going to even do a live stream there at the golf course as well. That's the thing. I want to make sure that we give you guys as much exposure to this event as possible. Things that you as fans have access to, things that I have access to, my eyes are your eyes. So yes, it's been outstanding. And props to another gentleman here who was at the event and wasn't going to be one of the players, was former Major League Baseball player AJ Przinsky. That guy is boss. Got to give him props. The reason why I give him props, because not only was he very accommodating, really cool, he did a bunch of interviews there to promote the event. He brought up his show, which is called Foul Territory. He gave away some shirts. But the thing that impressed me the most out of everything, which was a lot, about AJ Przinsky, is the fact that he saw my shirt of the show, the Allen Alford Sports Talk show. He has a show as well. And, we shook his other hand. We took a picture. And I told him, best wishes with your show. And he responded, thank you. Best wishes to your show as well. I thought that was really, really cool. I really appreciate AJ Przinsky for just saying that. Best wishes to your show as well. So he acknowledged that I have a show as well, and he's wishing me best wishes. That's fantastic, because never in wildest dream I would think that another Major League Baseball player would have a show and they would be saying to me, best wishes to your show too. And obviously he knows that I have a show as well. So that's awesome. That was really, really cool for him to say that. I was very impressed with that. In fact, I felt like, man, I should have asked him for an interview while I was there, but I just, yeah. So, and I was actually planning to do the interview, but he did say he wasn't going to be there the next day. I was kind of assuming he was going to be there at least another day of the event. It is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the public. He was there Thursday, and he said he was not going to be there Friday because he had to be in Atlanta. So AJ Przinsky will not be there for the duration. But I did get a beautiful picture with him. And hey, we're going to cross paths again. AJ Przinsky is always welcome to be a guest on my show. And yes, definitely we will cross paths again. So no worries there as well. And I don't want to spoil surprise, but there are some other interviews that I did do that I'm going to be releasing real soon. Again, I'm not trying to, I want you guys to absorb the interviews as they come in, not just kind of like throw them out there where, you guys, I know how you guys are. You just guys posted too much. I know how social media works. There's a marketing degree right there. So I got to be strategic in where I post out interviews. So even if the Pro Cup is watching, I got the content. That's the main thing. We are distributing those interviews in increments because there is such a thing as overposting, especially when you don't, if you're a celebrity per se and you're there at that level, you can go ahead and post as many times you like. Usually you set the bar yourself, but when you're not there yet, you have to kind of do it in pieces. So we're going to get there, folks. We're going to get there. But yes, tomorrow's another day. I'm excited about tomorrow because it's kind of excitement, but sad at the same token because I'm excited I'm going to be there the whole day. But it's sad because it's going to be the last day of the event. The great thing about that, too, is somebody will be crowned But like with anything, the victor, there's spoilers there too. So right now it's team baseball, but it's not over till it's over. You understand? You have another day, day 3, and that is going to be that. So yes, I did promise you guys some more UFL news, and I'm going to give you that right now. Definitely, guys, look out for Coach Buckley for the NCAA. He said coaching, the UFL. I'm just going to say this one last thing about Coach Buckley is that he deserves to definitely definitely have an opportunity. The guy's a great leader, has street cred, NFL, Cotton Bowl Hall of Famer in Texas. He got that award, and guess who covered it? The Allen Alford Sports Circle show. So I watched Coach Buckley get inducted into the Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame. So this guy is legit. Give Coach Buckley an opportunity. Definitely, he deserves it. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and reveal this UFL news that I have right here. But first, we're going to go ahead and thank another one of our great sponsors. And that is, if you need to travel, domestic, international, you need to go ahead and do a group travel, destination wedding, and more. Guess what? Pushpin Adventures can help you. Thank you so much, Pushpin Adventures, for being another one of our outstanding sponsors here on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. In fact, definitely make sure you give them a call, or you can go ahead and visit pushpinadventures.com, pushpinadventures.com, or give Monique a call at 626-838-1006. Let me go ahead and play another song for you here. That is the Pushpin Adventure song. Let's go. Thank you so much, Sam Scola Songs.
Pushpin Adventures. Pushpin Adventures. Book a trip with Pushpin Adventures. Travel on a cruise with Pushpin Adventures. Take a vacation with Pushpin Adventures. Tour around the world with Pushpin Adventures. Pushpin Adventures. Pushpin Adventures. Make a reservation with Pushpin Adventures. The best value deal with Pushpin Adventures. Plan a getaway with Pushpin Adventures. Escaping today with Pushpin Adventures. Pushpin Adventures.
That's wonderful there. Definitely. And yes. And in fact, I was going to mention to you guys that so yes, I would say January 31st, 2025, you will no longer have the ability to call in. It will just be via chat. I don't know if I will get another program that will have call in. That's to be determined yet. We will see. We'll play it by ear. But yeah, as far as calling in now, it's a hit or miss and more misses than hits. It's one of those things where, they're throwing you that curveball on the outside part of the plate that's not a strike, but you keep swinging at it, kind of like what Aaron Judge was doing during the playoffs, swinging for that outside curveball that he can't hit, but it looks so good. He did figure it out, by the way, the last couple of games before the end of the series, but by then it was too late. But yes, the blog talk is going out of business. And to me, I'm getting the vibe that they already not even a foot out the door. They're just making sure they didn't leave anything behind after they packed everything up, is what I'm saying. Because they just like, yo, I'm out. It's been like this for the last few weeks. Again, it's out of my control. I cannot control what Blog Talk Radio does and does not. Having said that, one thing I do can control is letting you guys know about this cool stuff about the UFL. The UFL, United Football League, and Upper Deck unveil an inaugural trading cards. That is so cool. Starts from the league's first season to be featured in collection. You can go ahead and available exclusively at upperdeck.epack.com. Upperdeck.epack.com. The 2024 UFL collection features a 50 card base set with multiple serially numbered parallels, as well as additional autograph inserts. So that's awesome. Collectors and fans will have the ability to transfer cards to physical copies and be delivered right to their doorstep. That is awesome. Fans can start building their collection with packs priced at $4.99 and can add their favorite players by trading with other users on the Upper Deck EPAC website. Upper Deck EPAC website. So that basically means you are going to have an option to get some player cards. I will let you know that I'm already itching to put my order in so I can go ahead and have the set. Definitely, that is great. And I think the set is actually the best deal, as far as because you should have everyone, and then that'll be great. But if not, it's $5, $4.99 a pack. You know what the crazy thing is? I kind of felt the UFL was going to do something like this, where they was going to have some cards for the players. I'm happy they're doing this, and this is fantastic. But I actually kind of felt like this was on the horizon. Another thing that I think the Allen Alfred Sports Show is letting you know right now, I think is going to be coming up, which they didn't say, but I feel it's coming, is to have a Madden UFL game. I think that's going to be on the horizon too, where you're going to be able to get players that are on the roster right now. If they get traded, just like Madden, you can update it. I feel as if a UFL version of Madden is going to be on the horizon too. I felt like that would be cool to have that, a UFL version of Madden. Get somebody on the cover. Hopefully, they do a lot better than what has shown to be the Madden curse. But I definitely do think that's going to be down the road, and I would be surprised if it's not here sooner than later. I was actually thinking that, like, hey, you know what? You should partner with Madden and get yourself a UFL game. You don't have to do much. They already have the game. Pretty much just change a little bit of uniforms. It's not as many players, so that will be a little easier. And I think there'll be some markability to it. Get yourself, make sure you get the players and the names on there. I think that's coming. And definitely, this is a great start. UpperDeckEPAC.com. Let me put that website on here for you guys. Okay. Okay, yes. Show that to you. UpperDeckEPAC.com. Go right there, upperdeckepack.com. You'll be able to get yourself 50 card base set with Upper Deck cards. And that's fantastic that they're doing that. And let's see here. There was, I know, another. Let me just make sure I don't forget any of those other announcements. Give me one moment here. Okay, yes, this was yesterday. Okay, so look, this is great too. Just make sure. Okay, so this is cool too. Arlington Renegades ticket representative set sights on breaking another world record at BMW Dallas Marathon. So let me see here. Brian Goldsmith, an Arlington Renegade ticket representative, will look to set another Guinness World Record this coming Sunday. So you have a chance if you're in Arlington, Texas, Sunday at the BMW Dallas Marathon. Goldsmith will become the fastest person in history to run a full marathon in complete football gear in 2023. Will attempt to break another record at this year's event, running the half marathon in the same uniform. The fastest currently recorded for half marathon in full football gear is 1 hour and 31 minutes. Goldsmith's personal best time in training is 1 hour and 23 minutes. So you beat me by 10 minutes. I'm really excited, but incredibly nervous, stated Goldsmith. This record is, in my opinion, is a lot harder because even though it's half the distance, it's a lot faster. So yeah, he's got some challenges there. The Buffalo, New York native who resides in nearby Las Colinas, Texas, has been training since October of this year, wearing the Renegades football helmet while working on his speed. During last year's training session for the full marathon, the average target time for Goldsmith was 8 minutes per mile. This year, his target is 7 minutes per mile in preparation for the half marathon record attempt. So if you're in Texas, Dallas, Texas, BMW Dallas Marathon, be there this Sunday to see a world record. That's fantastic. So you heard it there from the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Those great announcements. So, man, this is awesome. Let me go ahead and let you guys know that tomorrow we'll be going live at some point tomorrow in Innisbrook during the final day of the Pro Cup. Some point and some yes. Yes, so let me just take a look here. And what else did I want to say? This is fantastic. Let me go ahead and switch gears and give you guys some NFL news here. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys predictions in just a moment, but I'm gonna talk about that Mark Gastineau and Brett Favre ordeal. And if you guys haven't seen it, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, Mark Gastineau during a card signing event behind the stage approached Brett Favre in a very, how do I describe that? A very testy, upset, furious manner at Brett Favre. And I would say it was such a testy manner that if Mark Gastineau looked like he was about to sack Brett Favre right there with no pads on, nothing. He was hurt and upset. You definitely need to watch that clip. I want my sack back. I want my sack back. When I first saw the clip, I didn't know the backstory between them. And when he kept saying, I want my sack back, it made me think, what does he mean by that? I want my sack back. So I did what most people do when they don't know what an issue is. Let me just go ahead and make sure we are still online. Okay. I did what most people do when they feel there's an issue. They don't really have all the details and clarity on it. I went to my good friend Google. Started doing some research and trying to see what he meant by I want my sack back. What is got him so upset? Well, let me give you guys the story behind it. Mark Gastineau at the time had basically had the record for most sacks in a season. He had the record at 22. 22 sacks in a season, which is outstanding. And this is not as long as of a season it is now. This is like during a time where it was grind out football. To get 22 sacks was extremely difficult. And it's phenomenal, in fact. And he had the record for 17 years. Mark Gastineau held that record for 17 years, which is outstanding. With all the great defensive players we have, for it to stick around for 17 years is unbelievable. However, Mark Strahan had beat the record with Brett Favre as a quarterback, and Strahan was he was the defensive man. Well, what ended up happening was Favre kind of twisted, and when he twisted, Mark Strahan was right there, and when he went to go do a tackle, Brett Favre pretty much gave himself up. He flopped on the tackle. So, which meant that Michael Strahan now has the record on kind of a very controversial, eye-raising play. And what Brett Favre said on this was that he was basically trying to help, Michael get the record in a way. He didn't think much of it. And he felt as if he was going to get tackled anyway. There was no reason to take a risk of getting hurt. He just took a dive on the tackle. And that may not have been a big deal in some cases, but this was a huge deal because that was the record-setting sack. Now, whether it could have been a situation where if he didn't give himself up, he would have got tackled anyway, which I do think even if he would have fought that tackle, I think Michael Strahan had him dead to rights. You basically did a spin move. When you came out of spin move, Michael Strahan was right there. So you didn't even have your feet on the ground solid. You didn't see him coming. You probably weren't going to get out of that sack anyway, especially not being Brett Favre. I'm going to say it like that. It may have not been a dive type tackle. He would have actually had to put the tackle on him, but I don't think he would have got away from Michael Strahan at being that cornered of a sack. Let me just let you know that. So I feel Michael Strahan would have gotten that record anyway, except that last one would have it would have not been a controversial sack. It would have not been a dive. It would have been, a traditional sack. After looking at it, I can actually understand fully, based on the way football was back then, why Mark Gastineau would be so upset about that play. I understood his frustration. I understood his pain and hurt. I understood why he would want that sack to not be a sack because, then Michael Strahan may not have had the record that year and Mark could have held on to it. I do agree with Mark on most things on that play, especially being how upset he was about it. However, Brett Favre felt as if I wasn't trying to hurt Mark. I was trying to help Michael out. I wasn't trying to get hurt either. And I felt like I did nothing wrong. To make a long story short, he gave his version of what he thought happened. And he felt like I wasn't trying to hurt Mark. And I was trying to help Michael get his record, but I wasn't trying to hurt Mark. There's the thing about Brett Favre. He did everything in that statement. He explained what happened. He explained his side of the story, and he went through it chronological. But the one thing that he missed that he should have put at the top was, I'm sorry. I apologize. Those two words. I apologize or I'm sorry, Mark. I apologize or I didn't mean to do this. I'm sorry that I hurt you, Mark. And then go into the explanation because you did everything in the explanation except apologize. For example, if you are in the right lane and I'm in the middle lane, right? I want you guys to get this. Let me just close this out here so that, yes, if you're in the right lane and I'm in the middle lane and you're rushing to, and you, let's say you have a car that you just put in your last bit of gas, you're on hard times, your car is the only thing you got going for yourself, you living out of your car is gold on wheels to you. You're in the right lane, I'm in the middle lane. I see a store, I'm like, oh, I forgot to get something at the store, turn into you and crash your car up. And now the thing that you needed to have working the most is unavailable because I crashed your car. And of course, I didn't mean to hurt you. I just saw the store that I needed to get something, thought about that store, inadvertently turned into you and crashed your car. And I explained that to you in a letter. I explained, hey, man, I didn't mean to hurt you. I saw the store. I needed to get something at the store. You were right there. I hit you. I didn't mean to hurt you, but the store was right there and I needed to go bad. Well, the right thing to say is, I'm sorry that I hurt you and I put you in a tough position now by crashing your car. I apologize for that. From my vantage point, I was just trying to go to the store. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. And then explain why you did what you did. But you got to start with, I'm sorry. I apologize. Brett Favre owes Mark Gastineau an apology because, yes, he didn't mean to hurt Mark. I get it. Yes, you meant to help Michael. I get that too. Yes, you may have been sacked anyway. You didn't want to get hurt. I get all of that. But you didn't say, I'm sorry to the man. You didn't say, I apologize. You, in your mind, you didn't do anything wrong and you don't feel as if you didn't do anything wrong and you didn't mean to hurt the guy. That don't go together. That means that you apologize to the man. I didn't mean to hurt you, Mark. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to have this be a sore note and for you to be upset about this. I didn't mean for that to happen. I apologize. Then go into your explanation. You danced around everything, but gave the guy his apology. And you in your mind can't see why you owe him an apology, which is why there's an issue here. This has been going on for years. You don't see why you have to apologize to him because you weren't trying to hurt him. And he is hurt by what you did. Best way to resolve this thing would have just apologized to the man. That's it. Once you apologize to him, a sincere apology, meaning like, you know what, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Mark, man. I really didn't see it your way. And after this went down, I could see where it could have affected you inadvertently. Because look, Mark Gastineau gets to keep that record, which I don't think he would have been able to keep it much longer than 17 years. I just think that Michael Strahan would have, is a legitimate sack captain. And if he didn't get it, 22 and a half sacks is tied now with J.J. Watt. So the record would have been broken. And records are meant to be broken. It's just I feel as if had Mark got his record broken legitimately, I think he would have felt better about it. And I also do feel as if he'd have been felt a lot better about it if Brett Favre would have acknowledged and apologized to the man. You owe the man an apology. This is what I don't understand about Brett Favre is that you did all that statement, whether you wrote it or someone else wrote it, but you didn't say the two words you should have said it at the beginning of the statement, I'm sorry, or I apologize, and then go into your explanation. You did everything, danced around everything, but didn't apologize to the man. It's like what you did with the stealing all that money. You didn't apologize. You don't see where you were wrong, where you were clearly wrong. You gave the guy his record away on a cheap dive tackle, and he got upset by it. Because, remember, the one thing I did agree on that statement was that had he had the sack record for longer, it could have helped him with more speaking engagements, which is true. Could have gotten more marketability with his memorabilia, which is true. And it may have bolstered his case of getting to the Hall of Fame. All of that. We'll never know. But one thing we do know is that Brett Favre owes Mark Gastineau an apology. I read that whole statement. I read it from top to bottom. You danced around the issue and try to see your side, but you did not apologize to the man, which you owe the man an apology. You owe him. Again, if I turn into the guy to the right of me and I didn't mean to do it, it doesn't mean I don't owe them an apology for doing what I did. Hey, man, I turned to the right. You were right there. I didn't mean to hit you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just trying to go to the store. Okay. I apologize for hitting you. I didn't mean to hurt you. And you go into it. That's it. People want to dance around an apology. Don't need to do that. You could have diffused the situation by apologizing. Now, 20, 30 years later, they're doing a documentary about it. Yeah, just apologize, man. And I apologize right now. I apologize that the stream is going on in and out. I apologize for you guys. And I wasn't the one who did it. I apologize for the blog talk being down. And I wasn't the one who did that either. I didn't mean for the blog talk to be down. I didn't mean for the stream to glitch from time to time. I apologize to all of you. See, there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't directly hurt someone. It takes a bigger man to say that they're sorry. It takes a small man to say that I did everything but apologize. I weaseled a way out of it. I didn't mean to hurt you. I went through this whole checklist of why I shouldn't have to apologize to you. Okay? But you already got an apology. You gave him a cheap sack and it cost him his record. And if he didn't get the record, he wanted it to be legit. You owe the man an apology. That's meaning Brett Favre. And what I would say of Mark Gastineau is this. It's tough, but at the same token, you got to move on with life. You can't, the record is technically broken by two men, if not two, at least one, and you don't need to direct your anger to Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan is a competitor like yourself. He was trying to go after the sack. I don't think he knew he was going to take a dive, but I think Michael Strahan would have got him on that play anyway. There wasn't enough time for Brett Favre, who's not quick on his feet, to do anything. He's not Lamar Jackson. He did a 360 into the guy almost. There's nowhere really for him to go, and Michael Strahan would have got him anyway. Having said that, let me give you guys the predictions. The predictions for this week. Okay. Rams versus 49ers, which was a real weather beater. On that game, I would have actually went with the 49ers. So I'm really not surprised. I would have went with the 49ers on that game. And let me just do something real quick here. Again, I apologize that the stream is kind of like player hating on me, but that's okay. Yep. Okay, back online there. And yeah, I would have picked the 49ers to beat the Rams. So props to the Rams for getting that win. Chiefs and the Browns. I actually think this is going to be a really tough game. I feel as if the Chiefs will edge them out, but it is going to be a hard game for the Chiefs. Dolphins and Texans. I got the Dolphins. Let me just take a look here. Okay, good. And then Jets and the Jaguars. Oof, it's a dumpster fire game right there. I got the Jets on this one. Buccaneers and the Chargers. Yeah, I got the Buccaneers on that one too, but I'm not too confident on that one either. We got the Patriots and the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals, Steelers, and Eagles. You know what? I'm going to go with the Steelers on this one. And I'll let you guys know why I'm going with the Steelers if you follow the show and follow social media. And I've got a secret tip on that one, but I'm going to let you know the prediction is the Steelers, and I'll let you know why. The Vikings and the Bears. I got the Vikings. Commanders and Saints. I have the Commanders. Bengals and Titans. I have the Bengals. Ravens versus Giants. I have the Ravens. Cowboys versus the Panthers. I actually going to go out on a limb and say the Cowboys on this one. Colts and the Broncos. I got the Broncos. Bills and Lions going to be a really, really good game. I'm excited about that one, but I got the Lions winning. So those are my predictions. Oh, there's some more games. I'm sorry. We have the Packers and the Seahawks. That's going to be tough, but I got the Packers winning. Falcons and the Raiders. I have the Falcons winning. So those are the predictions for this week. Let me just take a look here and also mention a couple other things here. Yes, that Juan Soto signing. I hate to say it like this, but I do believe the Yankees really got fortunate that another team bailed them out and took that Juan Soto contract. There is no way, no how the Yankees should have went past 600 mil, let's say, for Juan Soto. Because to me, even if you re-sign Juan Soto and you played the Dodgers tomorrow or 2 weeks from today, I still think that the Dodgers are going to whip you anyway with Juan Soto on the team. You had too many holes in your game. What I mean by holes is, yes, Juan Soto doesn't swing at strikes, and he is very, very efficient in his swing and hit ratio, but he's just one man. And I felt as if he was a very good player, very young, and has some pop, but I don't think he was so great where you couldn't get a player that was maybe not as good as him, but not far from him, and actually better in certain ways. Where I felt Juan Soto was lacking on was athleticism. He didn't run the bases well at all, and he was limited on range. He played a decent right field, but the main thing that was about him that was great was the fact that he didn't expand his own, and when he got his pitch, he took care of it. I feel as if you could get other players that could do that too. I actually feel as if Freddie Freeman is more valuable than Juan Soto because, as you can see, when he gets hot, it's unbelievable. But the thing is, I feel as if the Yankees got off the hook on that because I think with that money they save, you get 3 or 4 very, very good players that can help the Yankees, and maybe you do win. The reason why the Yankees didn't win is because once you got past Juan Soto in the lineup, you were golden from 6 through 9 and even 5 through 9. Aside from Juan Soto, it was pretty much bare from there. The bottom half of the Yankees lineup, 6, 7, 8, 9, they did nothing. Yeah, you might have gotten that one little Jazz Chisholm home run, but to me, it's all or nothing with Jazz Chisholm. He's not trying to hit the ball and get a base hit. He's trying to jack everything out of the ballpark, and you don't need that. You need guys who can make solid contact with the ball, who have very, very good speed, and can play some outstanding defense. So to me, the Yankees lost because, first of all, Aaron Judge was up until the last couple games, he was pretty much an automatic out. And Juan Soto, as well as John Carlos Stanton, they were the only ones doing anything. And once you got past John Carlos Stanton, you were good because the bottom half of the lineup wasn't doing anything. Yeah, they might get a home run from here and there, but they weren't being productive. I think the Yankees are slacking with guys who have speed 6, 7, 8, 9. The bottom half of this lineup, you need guys with speed, and you also need guys who have very good plate discipline. They will actually swing at strikes. They will swing at strikes and not balls that curve off the plate where you cannot hit. In fact, definitely before this weekend is out, I hope I do get a chance to interview John Smoltz one more time. I already interviewed him once. I did ask him some questions at a press conference. I want to talk to him because I want to get a little bit more detail of questions about being a pitcher, and he would be the perfect person to ask. So I definitely hoping I get another interview from John Smoltz tomorrow. I already do have an interview with him that I'm going to be releasing real soon, but I do want to ask him some more questions. The guy's a wealth of knowledge, John Smoltz, and definitely great to talk to. So I'm hoping I get a chance to get in another interview with him tomorrow, which I feel very confident I will. But yes, and yeah, if the Yankees signed Juan Soto, you still would not beat the Dodgers tomorrow. And I think if you played them a week later from there, you wouldn't beat them again. Because you didn't have that. You had guys who weren't athletic, whereas if they did, you had guys who didn't have much plate discipline, which they did. Also, the Yankees need more than just one starter. They need to actually get two or three aces and also look for one or two, if not three, bullpen guys. You need about two or three solid bullpen guys, and you need about at least another two starters. So, with the money you saved, you should be able to come up with some very, very good players. Yes, they may not be perfect off the bat, but you could groom them. And I think you need to look that route because the Mets, to me, that contract was just they basically history repeats itself. Just like that, Bobby Bonilla is actually fading off their books real soon. If he's not off their books, let me just take a look here. Something. I think Bobby Bonilla, this was his last year, or he's next to his last year. And what did the Mets do? They repeat history. They repeat history by another contract that just does not make any sense. 15 years, $700+ million. Okay. Let me just check a look here. Yes. You don't even have to take type the whole thing is. When does Bobby Bonilla contract end? Are you kidding me? Bobby Bonilla's contract with the New York Mets end on July 1st, 2035. I thought it was going to end the next year or two. What boy was I off? It's next 11 years. So they have until July 2035 for that contract to end. And now they've added this contract. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, you messed up. So props to Juan Soto. He did his thing. He got that big number. He had, he drove up the market and people bit for it. So I got to give props on that. But yeah, that's just not a winner's mentality to sign 765 million to one player for 15 years. That's just not a winning strategy right there at all, in my opinion. But props to the Mets, props to the Yankees because now they can go ahead and save that money getting at least six or seven very, very good players. You do that, you're in great shape. You need to get another pitcher or two. You need to get two or three at least bullpen guys. You need to look into getting a right fielder to replace Juan Soto as well. And I definitely think without the money you saved, you shouldn't have any issues getting the right talent. Do that. But yes, and that's the thing. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be at the Pro Cup at Innisbrook Resort. Make sure you guys get your tickets. It's gonna be a great day again. And let me go ahead and talk about those songs you hear. We're gonna switch gears and talk about those great songs. So this is fantastic because the man, the myth, the legend, he's gonna come up on the screen. Thank you, Sam Scola Songs, for all the great music you hear here tonight. Sam Scola Songs. That's right. Thank you, Sam Scola Songs. And his wife, Mary. That's fantastic. All the great songs you hear tonight on this broadcast are presented in Scam Solar Songs, and they're available on YouTube and Spotify. So check them out. Sam Scola Songs on YouTube and Spotify. Really appreciate you. In fact, if you want to go ahead and reach out to Sam to give him a contract, folks, to give him a contract, don't try to spam him. No spam allowed. To give him a contract, it's sing along with Sam. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. singalongwithsam@gmail.com. Again, don't spam them. Give them a contract. Singalongwithsam@gmail.com. All these great songs you hear tonight are brought to you by Sam School of Songs and are available on YouTube and Spotify. So check them out there. Really tremendously appreciate Sam School of Songs and your wife, Mary. And in fact, let me go ahead and let you guys know. Also, let me just go ahead and make sure this reloads here. Fantastic. Fantastic. In fact, let's play that Sam Scholar song right now. Let's go.
Comes in four varieties: Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, a natural flavor. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce, Florida Gold Honey Mustard on burgers and ribs. Tasty fusion on pork and sausage. Classic taste for chicken steak tips. A hot heat wave on meatballs and ham. It's a cookout treat. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Serve on fish and vegetables. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce.
Thank you so much, Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce. So delicious and addicting. You made it support group. Again, don't forget to go ahead and get that delicious sauce right there at FLBBQSauce.com. Again, it's FLBBQSauce.com. Get that pack right now, that variety pack, so you get it before the holidays. Don't be late. Go get it today. So, yes, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out today's show. So make sure if I see you there at the Pro Cup, say hi. So definitely thank you again, Sam Scholar Songs. Thank you so much, all of our sponsors, Chef G's Florida Barbecue Sauce, CTCME Mortgage, and last but not least, Pushpin Adventures. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to Yusef, the one who really pushed me and motivated me to get that interview with Coach Buckley. I was able to do that right there at the Pro Cup. So definitely best wish to all the guys on the last day. I'll let you guys get that behind the scenes content on the last day too. But for now, we're going to go ahead and play the end of the show song by Sam Scola Songs. That's right. Thank you again, Sam Scola Songs. You're the man. Appreciate you and your beautiful wife, Mary. Let's go.
It's the end of the show. Let's thank all the fans before we go. It's the end of the show. The Allen and Sports Talk Radio Show. Thanking our special guest. Thanking our sponsor. It's the end of the show. Tune in again for next week's show. It's the end of the show. Thanking our host before we go. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show.